programmes.
The travel show's Road to Recovery, Saturday at 10:30 on the BBC News Channel.
This is BBC News. I'm Jane Hill. The headlines at 5. President Biden and Boris Johnson have their first face-to-face meeting on the eve of the G7 summit in Cornwall.
Well, it's a great pleasure, Mr. President, to welcome you to Cornwall.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
Fantastic to see you.
Recovering from the pandemic and the dispute with the EU about post-Brexit trading in Northern Ireland are high on the agenda. The First Lady, Jill Biden, and the newlywed Carrie Johnson joined their husbands for a walkabout in Cornwall in the run-up to the summit. In other news, a convicted terrorist who was shot dead after the Fishmongers Hall attack in London in 2019 was lawfully killed. That's the finding of the inquest jury. The Health Secretary Matt Hancock rejects accusations by Dominic Cummings that he lied to the Prime Minister during the coronavirus pandemic, but admits lessons need to be learned. The number of people waiting for hospital treatment in England tops 5 million for the first time. Girls as young as 11 are being sexually harassed at school. The education watchdog warns that harassment is becoming normalised among young people. And amateur astronomers across the Northern Hemisphere are treated to a partial eclipse of the sun. Hello, good evening. Boris Johnson and the US President Joe Biden are holding their first face-to-face talks on the eve of the G7 summit, which is taking place in Cornwall. And my colleague Christian Fraser is there for us following the summit. Christian.